Hey guys, today we're going to have a look at one of our mobile add-ons which has become quite popular in the last couple of weeks. This is the Vehicle Checks via mobile app. This is an add-on to the standard mobile and at present price costs an extra £3 plus VAT per device per month. Within Journease under Vehicles and Services we have our standard vehicle checks. This is where you can print out a standard vehicle check that your driver will take away and fill out while he's checking the vehicle, and will then return it to the office where they'll have to key in the information on the sheet back into Journease. The advantage of using vehicle checks via mobile app, once the driver has done the vehicle check, the information is automatically uploaded to Journease. There is no need to second type it in. Other advantages with the vehicle checks via mobile app is that we can set the questions and customize the questions to those that you need, as opposed to having to stick to a standard check. For vehicle checks via mobile to work, the first place we would go is into vehicles. In here, you're looking for the column which is headed vehicle check names. Depending on how you have laid out your columns, this may be in a different position to my one, but it will be in there somewhere. We're going to use KD64NDN for this example, and we're setting the vehicle check in here to the standard less than 3.5 ton. The other thing we need to do is make sure that the vehicle is active and that the vehicle has show on mobile ticked. Once these are in place, you can click on save, and that will save that vehicle check against the vehicle. If we now move over to our mobile app, to access our vehicle checks, we would use the three dots in the top right hand corner, and from there we would select vehicle checks. In the top, where it's got the vehicle number, we can tap in that box and pick the vehicle we want from the list. If the vehicle doesn't appear in the list and you have just added it on the vehicle screen, you may need to come out of the app completely and go back in for it to bring through the new information. Here we're going to select KD64NDN. Simply from there, we then click on Start Vehicle Check. The vehicle check questions and answers will be in the format of pass fail or pass fail not applicable, depending on how we have set them up. Simply tapping in the correct box will put a pass on these items. If you have a failure, you can click on failure and enter the defect details. If it's not being rectified as they're doing the check, they can leave the rectification details blank. We can then continue to go through and answer the rest of the questions as we need to. Once we have got down to the bottom, we can enter the new mileage for the vehicle. Obviously, you will read this from the vehicle itself, and it will check against the last mileage on that vehicle. So we can see this vehicle at present hasn't done any miles. So on our new mileage, I can now select is done 100 miles. Any notes that the driver wishes to add, he can add into the notes section here. And once he is happy that it is done, he can add his signature and then save. At this point, once he has saved it, the details for this vehicle check will still remain on the phone. In order to transfer them to Journease, you will need to come back out of that screen using the back button at the bottom. If we now go into our vehicle checks via mobile, which is in vehicles and services and vehicle checks via mobile app. At the moment it is searching for today, and we can see the one that we have just done here. Scrolling along, if the driver has left any notes, they will appear in the notes section here. Bear in mind, we are planning a few new changes to this screen, which will be coming in the next few weeks, which will allow you to alter the size of this screen so you can better see the information on there. The details of the vehicle check that we have done appear in here, and we can see here where we had that oil leaks fail and the information for the oil leaks. If we scroll down, we'll see all the others have had passes against them. You have the option on here to only show defects, in which case it will only show you the lines that have a problem with them. And you can also select to hide rectified defects, which means as soon as we rectify this one, I put in rectification notes and a date. As always in Journease, if the date is today and now, we can simply put a dot in there and click out the box, and then we can select who it was out of our suppliers that rectified it. Note, the rectified by is only our mobile users that are able to do that. Once it's got a tick against it being rectified, we can then save it, and that should now disappear from the screen because we are hiding rectified defects. Again, if we untick that one, it will show us our defect even though it's rectified. And if we untick the top one, it will show us the rest of the vehicle check that we have just done. To search for previous vehicle checks, we can select a date, apply the filter, and these will appear in the list down here as well. Coming back to our mobile device, if this driver then goes back and does another vehicle check and chooses the same vehicle that he did the last check on this phone, he will be able to view his last check on here and see what details there were. This is recorded on the phone and not brought back from Journease, so it will not recognise any of the rectification details put in on Journease. Note as well, if it is a different vehicle that he's doing a vehicle check on, the last vehicle check won't show because it'll only have the last vehicle check that was taken on this phone. Coming back to our vehicle check screen, we can filter at the top here by vehicle, and if we select that one, which is the vehicle check we have just done, we can go to the reports and print out the vehicle check sheet for this. Other reports we have are vehicle defect sheets, which will show all outstanding defects for this vehicle. At present there isn't any because we have rectified them. We can also print out a report for vehicle rectification, which will just show the one that we have had rectified. Thanks for watching.